I want to talk about identity, what it really is, where it comes from, and why it matters so deeply, especially for women who are moving through major life changes. Identity isn't who you truly are, it's who you learn to become. It's the role you've played to feel safe, accepted, loved, or simply to keep things together when life demanded more than your heart could carry. Think about it. We build identities as shields: the achiever, the caretaker, the perfectionist, the fixer, the strong one who never asks for help. And for many women, these identities were necessary. They helped us survive heartbreak, transition, loss, motherhood, career shifts, divorce, or even just the unspoken weight of expectations placed on us. But here's the truth no one tells you. What once protected you may now be limiting you. These identities act like filters between your true self and the life you're trying to create. Every thought, every action, every relationship passes through those filters, and the heavier the filter, the more distorted the experience. That's why you keep attracting the same patterns. The boss who doesn't respect boundaries, the partner who repeats an old dynamic, the feeling that no matter how much you do, it never feels like it's enough. It's not random, it's identity on repeat. And the people who trigger you most, they're often mirrors reflecting back the parts of you that are still unhealed, the roles you've outgrown but haven't released. This is why transitions in life, whether it's a divorce, a career shift, an empty nest, or simply waking up one morning and realizing this can't be all there is, are such powerful invitations. They shake that old identity loose. They ask, who are you really? Beyond the roles, beyond the labels, beyond the old survival masks. This has been one of the deepest work of my own journey. Learning to recognize the selves I picked up along the way and peeling them back so my true self, the one that's free, creative, alive, can finally breathe. So I want to invite you to reflect. When someone confronts you with blame, control, or criticism, what's the first part of you that shows up? Do you defend? Do you shrink? Do you please? Do you fight back? That's not the real you. That's identity in action. And the moment you can see it, you create space. Space to respond instead of react. Space to choose differently. Space to step into the woman you're becoming, not the one you had to be. But when you begin to recognize those identities and choose to respond from presence instead of protection, that's when you begin to reclaim your true power. Think about this for a moment. You get an unexpected bill. You see something upsetting on the news. Someone speaks to you with disrespect. On the surface, these seem like minor everyday irritations. But notice what happens inside of you. Almost instantly, your body tightens, your breath shortens. You brace, not for a physical fight, but for an energetic one. What's really happening here is not a battle between you and the bill or between you and the rude person. It's a battle between identities. The identity that believes life is unfair. The identity that whispers, I don't deserve this. The identity that screams, I won't be disrespected again. And the moment these identities get activated, your creative energy, your life force stops flowing freely. Instead of responding from your authentic self, you end up fueling the old identity. One wounded self collides with another. One mask pushes against the next. And because energy attracts energy, these identities find each other again and again and again. The same type of boss, just at a new job. The same relationship pattern, just with a different partner. The same internal struggle, just wrapped in a new circumstance. These loops aren't here to punish you. They're here to wake you up. But here's where many of us, especially as women in transition, make the same mistake. We go into defense mode. We wall up, we armor our hearts, we convince ourselves that hardening is strength. Here's that paradox. When you harden, you don't become stronger, you become more vulnerable. You disconnect from your real source of power, and that power doesn't live in defense. It lives in presence. Every time you harden, you reinforce the identity. You tell your nervous system, see, I'm unsafe, I need protection. So you spiral back into survival mode. Over the years, those layers accumulate. They form what we call a personality. But much of that personality, again, isn't you. It's an adaptive self, a survival self, a carefully constructed bundle of fears, roles, and defenses created to keep you safe, but now keeping you small. And this is why moments of transition, divorce, retirement, loss, empty nest, or simply realizing I don't recognize myself anymore, are such profound invitations. They crack that armor, they whisper, it's time to release the survival self and step into the authentic self. Here's the shift. When you feel triggered, vulnerable, or disrespected, pause. Take one conscious breath. Relax your body. Soften your face and smile. Not for them, but for yourself. This simple act tells your nervous system, I'm safe here. And from that place of presence, not protection, you can choose differently. This is how you begin dismantling old identities. One breath and one choice at a time. Vulnerability is so often misunderstood. We're taught to believe it's weakness, that it means being fragile, exposed, or powerless. But that couldn't be further from the truth. True vulnerability is one of the greatest strengths you can embody. It's the courage to remain soft in a hard world. It's the willingness to stay open even when every identity inside you is screaming to shut down, defend, or fight back. Because only in that openness can your true presence, the I am at your core, shine through. When you choose vulnerability, you're not collapsing into helplessness. You're standing in the most connected, powerful version of yourself. You're signaling to life itself, I don't need to armor myself against you. I trust myself to remain open. That's when softness becomes strength. Openness becomes your ally. Start paying attention to those subtle moments when you harden, when your shoulders tense, your breath shortens, and you wall up. You can even see someone who does this. That's not power. That's protection. That's the survival self showing up again. And when you go there, you actually step away from your truth. You dim your light, cut yourself off from higher wisdom, and lose access to the creative energy that could guide you. But when you stay soft, even in the face of challenge, something remarkable happens. You don't get swept away. You don't collapse into the other person's energy. You don't need to fight them, control them, or fix them. Instead, you stay anchored in yourself, calm, centered, present. And here's the beautiful ripple. When you hold that softness, you shift the entire dynamic. The other person might feel their armor loosen. Their attack might lose its fire. Their identity might begin to soften and dissolve also. Why? Because deep down, they were never fighting you. They were fighting the mirror. And when you stop fighting back, that loop breaks. This is where real transformation begins, not in defense, not in control, but in presence, in softness, in choosing vulnerability as strength. If you're ready to peel back those layers and rediscover the real you, drop shift now in the comments, and I'll send you a free copy of The Shift Begins Now. Now, that doesn't mean everyone will embrace your softness. Some people will feel it, fear it. They've been conditioned to believe that openness equals vulnerability equals danger. They've learned to survive by staying hard, armored in defense. They don't yet know another way. But your softness is not weakness, it's a spark, an ignition point. Even if others don't understand it in the moment, something within them begins to stir. They carry that subtle shift with them, and it does plant seeds. All of us have built layers, filters of identity created from fear, pain, and the need to protect ourselves. Those layers create loops, repeated patterns we cast onto the world, not only to the world, only to have the world reflect back to us. When you begin to live from self-surrender, from presence, from vulnerability, those loops start to break. You step outside the illusion of survival and return to the one truth that has always mattered: who you are beneath it all. Most of the time, our creative energy is filtered through these identities: fear, wounding, defense, and the desire for acceptance distorts the purity of our expression. We mold ourselves to fit. I should act this way with these people. I'm only accepted when I perform like this. I need to guard myself to stay safe. These filters distort the truth of our essence. But when we drop the masks, the roles, and the shoulds, we return to our core, to our authentic self. And when you show up as truth, something remarkable happens. You give others permission to do the same. You become a living invitation for others to remember themselves beneath their own filters. Here's the truth: identities don't hold you. You hold them. Across lifetimes in this third dimensional experience, they've layered, tangled, and even evolved to protect and survive. So how do you clear what feels so deeply rooted? You remember it is always held in place by choice. Your fear of letting go, your attachment to comfort, your belief that keeps you safe. Sometimes this resistance isn't just mental or emotional. It shows up physically. Persistent pain in the body often signals inner resistance to change. It's your system telling you there's something unhealed here, a fear, a wound, a truth you've been holding back. The invitation is simple. Start softening into awareness. Listen to your body. Feel your fear without judgment. Allow the layers to unfold. And as you do, you reclaim not just your freedom, but your power, your creativity, and your capacity to live from your true self. Relaxing into discomfort, allowing it to be fully felt with compassion, often dissolves the very resistance that keeps old pain alive. Even in spiritual communities, there's a subtle trap many of us fall into: the spiritual identity. It can feel empowering at first. I'm a healer, I'm an empath, I'm a light worker. But these two are identities, overlays, masks. Beautiful as they may seem, they are not the true self. Eventually, even these must dissolve if you want to step fully into your truth. Because in your deepest, most authentic state, you have no identity. Not in the usual sense of the word. Identities are energetic structures layered over the self, not the self itself. When identity begins to dissolve, it can feel disorienting. You may think, wait, that was me. Who am I without it? That confusion is normal. It's not the absence of you. It's the arrival of a deeper, more authentic truth. You are in transition, and transition always feels unfamiliar. The natural impulse is to cling to the old roles, to the comfort of familiar masks. But here's the invitation. Pause. Breathe. Notice something is falling away. Allow it to happen. Go into the soft, open space of your being. You don't need to force clarity. Clarity will come. The truth of who you are has never left. It has only been hidden beneath the identity that is now dissolving. And when it passes, you feel it. A quiet return, a deeper connection to your true self, more whole, more alive, more than you ever before. For women navigating major life shifts, this is your call to come home to yourself. You no longer need to fight to be seen, heard, or feel safe. Your power lives in your softness. Your clarity exists beneath the noise of identity. Your freedom begins the moment you choose to release the mask. The moment you embrace presence over performance. The moment you trust that underneath every layer, your authentic self has always been waiting. If you'd like to begin peeling back that mask, comment "Shift Now" to receive my free guide. The shift begins now. Thank you for your time. I know it's valuable.